tell me what kind of story the fisherman and his wife is. Is it a tall tale or a fairy tale?
Tall tale. No, fairy tale.
A fairy tale. Good job. Okay, so here is the picture we're going to start with. Oh, no. Sorry, it's this side. My bad, I made a mistake. This is the picture. Okay. All right. Here we go. Once there was a fisherman who lived with his wife in a little old rundown hut by the sea. Every day the fisherman went down to the sea to fish. One day, as the fisherman sat looking into the clear, shining water, he felt a strong tug on his line. He pulled and pulled with all his might or strength until at last out flopped a large golden fish. Then all of a sudden the fish spoke. What do you think he said?
He said, "Put me down, let me live. I'm a prince under a spell."
So he said, "Please let me go," said the fish. "I am not an ordinary fish. I am an enchanted prince. Put me back in the water and let me live." The fish says he is actually a prince under a magic spell. Do you think the fish is really an enchanted prince?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna see. "Swim away," said the fisherman. "I would not eat a fish that can talk." At the end of the day, the fisherman went back to his wife in the little old rundown hut. Go back and ask him to change this dinky hut into a charming cottage. Charming means very pleasing. Why does the wife wish for a charming cottage?
Because she's tired of living in the little hut.
Okay. The fisherman did not want to go, but he did not want to argue with his wife either. So he made his way back to the sea. When he arrived, the water was no longer clear and shining. It was dull and greenish. The fisherman called, "Hear me, please, O magic fish. My wife has sent me with a wish." The fish swam up to the surface and asked, "What does she want?" Ooh. "She says she wants to live in a charming cottage," said the fisherman. "Go home," said the fish. "She has her cottage." Do you think the wife will really have a charming cottage?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that the fish minds granting the wish?
No. No.
Okay. The fisherman went home. Sure enough, there was the wife, standing in the doorway of the charming cottage. The cottage had a little front yard with a garden and some chickens and a goose pecking at the ground. Inside, there was a living room, a kitchen, a dining room, and a bedroom. You see the cottage right here?
Mhm.
"Wonderful," said the fisherman. "This is sure to make you very happy." The fisherman's wife was happy for about a week. That doesn't sound for very long, does it?
No.
When he reached the sea, the water had turned from dull green to dark purple and gray. The fisherman called, Hear me, please, O magic fish. My wife has sent me with a wish. When the wish swam up, or when not the wish, the fish. when the fish swam up, the fisherman said, my wife wishes to live in a big stone castle. Go home, said the fish. You will find her in the castle. How do you think the fish feels about granting the wish?
She feels mad. Like he keeps on coming back and he feels like mad.
Right.
Because he just only more wishes.
He's probably sick of wishes, right?
I'm sick of wishes.
Alright.
He keeps on wishing and wishing and wishing. It's not gonna work.
Oh, well, we're gonna find out. Okay, here's the castle. When the fisherman got back, he could hardly believe his eyes. The charming cottage had been replaced by a large stone castle. A servant unrolled a drawbridge for him. The fisherman went across the bridge and into the castle, where he found two servants sweeping a smooth marble floor. The walls were covered with beautiful tapestries. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceilings. His wife stood in the center of the room next to the table and piled high with delicious food. Now indeed, you will be content, said the fisherman to his wife. Do you think the fisherman's wife will be content and happy or happy?
No. She would say, go tell the fish to wish. Wish enough. I don't know how to say it.
And she was, until the next morning. And as the sun rose, the fisherman's wife poked her husband in his side and said, husband, get up. Go to the fish at once and tell him that I wish to be queen of all the lands. Heavens, cried the fisherman. I can't ask for that. Does the fisherman want to ask for another wish?
No.
Go and ask him, said the wife. The dejected fisherman walked to the sea. Dejected means sad. Why do you think the fisherman is sad?
Because he just everything that he wishes for, the wife is not happy. And wishing for too much.
She's just wishing and wishing and wishing, isn't she? The water was black. It bubbled and gave off a foul smell. What does foul mean?
Foul, bad smell.
A stinky smell, right?
Stinky.
If the sea was foul smelling, did it smell good?
No.
The fisherman hesitated or waited and then called, hear me please, O magic fish. My wife has sent me with a wish. The fish swam up and asked, now what does she want? With his head hung low, the fisherman said, my wife wishes to the queen of all the lands. Go home, said the fish. She is already queen. The fisherman went home and found that the castle had grown even larger. It had tall stone turrets on each corner and a crimson flag flapping in the wind. 2 sentries in suits of armor stood at the door. Do you think the wife will be satisfied now that she is queen?
Yeah. No. She wants more.
Oh my goodness, this wife is something else, isn't she?
How do we wish for one thing? She can't keep on just
here she is. They escorted the fisherman inside, where he found his wife sitting on a high throne studded with diamonds. She wore a long silk dress and a golden crown. In her hand, she held a scepter studded with rubies. On one side of her stood barons, dukes, and duchesses. On the other side stood a line of ladies in waiting each one shorter than the one before. So, said the fisherman to the queen, now that you are queen, indeed, said his wife haughtily. Haughtily means rudely and proudly. Well then, said the fisherman, I suppose there is nothing more to wish for. Do you think the wife will agree that there is nothing more to wish for? But that very thing, as the sun went down and the moon began to rise in the sky, the fisherman's wife sent for her husband. What do you think the wife will ask for? Would you grant her another wish if you were the fish?
No. She wants to control the moon and the sun whenever she wants. No.
Alright, here we go. Here she is. This lady, and look at her husband. Does he look scared?
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. Husband, she bellowed, it displeases me that the sun and moon will not rise and set at my command. If something displeases you, what does that mean?
It makes you mad.
It makes you happy? So what displeases me? It makes you sad, right?
Yeah.
Go to the fish and tell them that I must have the power to make the sun and the moon rise and set whenever I choose. See that it is done immediately. The fisherman walks back to the sea. If you were the fisherman, would you want to go back for another visit? He felt sick all over and his knees knocked together nervously. At the seaside, there thunder roared and lightning flashed. Huge dark waves crashed on the shore, and the fisherman had to shout, hear me please, oh magic fish. My wife has sent me with a wish. The fish swam up and asked, what does she want? The fisherman replied, my wife wants the power to make the sun and the moon rise and set whenever she chooses. Do you think that he will grant this wish? The fish said, the fish only said, go home. And so he did. Do you think the fish has granted the woman's wish?
No. It was
There,
just a
he
dream.
found his wife sitting in the old rundown hut, and there they live to this very day.
It's just a dream.
Oh my
No,
goodness,
it's not
it
like
was
she has
just
all kinds of-
a dream.
It was just a dream.
Wow, that was a crazy dream, wasn't it?
Nightmare. A nightmare.
I agree, it was a nightmare.
I
That
would have got a
woman-
divorce if that was real.
That wife was a mess.
Yeah, I would kick me out. It happened.